Welcome to leg day for upright Bowflexes, the Xceed, the XTREME, and the PR3000. And in today's video, we're going to be doing 18 sets of full weight leg exercises, plus 3 kind of extra sets that are more about form check and getting our weight setting just right. So 21 sets in total. We're also going to be doing a 4-minute warm up. Now this is going to be a HIIT style routine, 35 seconds on, 25 seconds off. And so this routine isn't necessarily the best for, getting the biggest quads and hamstrings possible. This is a great muscular endurance type of routine. So we're going to be building up some strength and some coordination and stronger joints. We're going to burn a lot of calories in the process and also hopefully get you a great workout in. So let me talk about our equipment we're going to need today. The first thing is you're going to need this leg extension attachment and this seat. Now I'm popping them off because we won't be using these right away. So the next thing we're going to need is our squat bar. So squat bar plus this extension cable attachment here. Now this is not the most intuitive thing to get set up with at first. So I'm going to have a little bit more in the video about what to do, how to set this all up. If you've already got it, then you can just skip right through that part. And the other thing I would recommend is a towel or maybe a pool noodle kind of cut in half. And this is so you can have kind of a little soft bar kind of touching your back here instead of the hard bar resting up against your shoulders, because that can be kind of a little painful right at the back of your neck. So let's go ahead and start talking about how you actually hook up your squat bar and the extension cables. All right, so you can see how I have the attachment hooked up to my squat bar. Now, kind of the counterintuitive thing is it's actually this little loop here. This is where all of the weight is going to be applied, and then you clip your carabiner in there. And this other loop back here is actually just kind of this slack loop. Now I like to just kind of throw it over the bar here, and that kind of keeps it out of the way so you don't get tangled up in it. So as you can kind of see, I use this extension to add about 20 inches or so of height to my squat cable. And this is going to allow the resistance to kick in at 1.5 feet or 2 feet up in the air instead of, right along the ground here for my cables. So the next thing is this right here. This is now just going to clip in to this ground carabiner right here. And I like having my pulley position in the second most wide position, not the narrowest, not the widest. And I also have up here the second widest position for that as well. And for me, I found that gives me just a little bit of slack in the cables so the weight doesn't kick in too soon. So I'm going to just hook up my cables both sides here, and we're going to get started with our warm-up. We're jogging in place here to get our body warmed up, and then we're going to do some stretching. Now if you're here just for how to do squats, skip ahead about 4 minutes in this video, and there's going to be a little bit more about squat form and technique. So for this, we have 40 seconds here of just jogging in place, trying to get our blood flowing, heart rate up, and our body warm so we can get a nice stretch in. So in a few seconds here, we're going to shift into some body weight squats here. So for this, legs shoulder width apart, hands out in front of you, and we're going to drop down pretty much as far as you can go and do a nice squat here. Now, one thing to notice as you're doing these body weight squats, if your knees are ending up in front of your toes, you need to work on your form on that, because that's going to put a lot more pressure on your joints. You want your shin to be straight up and down. You're going to have a little bit of a lean forward, but that's okay. So a couple more body weight squats here. And then we're going to move into some side-to-side squats. So for this, legs are going to be a little bit further apart, a lot further apart. And we're just going to shift side to side here and dip down a little bit on each side. You're going to be lifting your body up with just one side here. You should be feeling a nice loosening up in your hips. And we're going to now keep your legs wide, arms up in the air, and then we're going to stretch side to side here, just like this. Hold it for 5 seconds. and then we're going to change sides. Now these two moves should be loosen up those hips, switch sides. And we're going to switch one more time. So this is nice for loosening up those hips and those quadriceps. All right, next we're going to do one-legged hamstring pulls. So you're on one leg here, and then you're just pulling up your leg and trying to keep your balance here. Put your arms out if you need a little bit more balance. And we're going to switch sides here. You're really trying to loosen up that quadricep and your hamstring here, because that's going to be some of those muscles we're really working out here. All right, so next, while still standing on one leg, you're going to now kind of pull your knee up towards your body and then spin your ankle around. If you need to, you can hold on to your Bowflex for a little bit more balance. Pull that knee inwards, loosen up those ankles, switch sides. And then spin that ankle. All right, last thing we're going to do is some toe taps here. So we're just going to lean forward, reach down and touch those toes. And we're just going to hold this until that timer ticks out. This is good for stretching out your calf muscles, your lower back. We're just going to hold it. Stretch further if you can. All right, so let's rack up our resistance, and then we're going to start talking about our form and our technique. So resistance level for heavy setting, I would rack up about 100 pounds of power rods. For a medium weight setting, I would go with either 50 or 80 pounds of power rods. And for a lightweight setting, I would say maybe 30 pounds of power rods, but you could do this full first half of the routine just as body weight if you'd like. And then when we add our seat back on for leg extension, then you can go up to 30 or 50 pounds depending on what feels right to you. So let's talk about squats and our form. So first thing I'm going to do, grab my towel and I'm going to put it over my squat bar. And now I'm going to drop down here. And then I like kind of stepping up onto the platform. And now I'm going to just stand up nice and tall here. So I'm now ready to do my first squat. And so for squats, all you got to do is just drop down and then raise back up. Now, when you drop down, it is important to note, though, that your knees are not ending up in front of your toes. And the reason for that is if your knees are in front of your toes, that's going to put a lot of pressure on your ankles, your knees, and then also your lower back, because the whole motion is connected. So try to keep your knees almost, your shins straight up and down and not leaning forward a bunch. So let's do a couple squats and feel the weight. Now it shouldn't be too difficult for you because we're going to be doing a bunch of reps like this. So our next exercise is going to be a step back lunge. For these, actually still on the squats, another thing to keep in mind, you're breathing. Normally I recommend exhale as the power rods are bending, inhale as they're going up. Now for a squat, what you want to do is imagine yourself maybe in a swimming pool and you're about to dip underwater, and you take a breath, drop down, and then exhale as your head gets above water. All right, so those are squats. Next, we're going to be doing a step back lunge. And so for this, you're just going to step back off the machine and then step forward. And I've got my feet pretty close together here as I do this. And you just got to be careful not to bang your knee on the ground, and try to keep your back straight up and down as you do this. And then our final exercise is going to be a calf raise. And for this, you can get all the way to the end of the machine and then raise, go up on your tippy toes. And some people can go down as well. I can't really go down. I have a bad Achilles tendon, so I just go up on my tippy toes and hold it for a second and then release. So that is our routine. We got about a minute before we get started, so I'm going to grab some water, catch your breath. And then we're going to get things going. And also, you can adjust your weight based on what you are feeling there as needed. But the time has started for leg day. So let's get in position for our first set, which will be squats. And then we're doing lunges, calf raises, squats, lunges. And that's a full circuit there. And we'll have a minute break. Here we go. Let's squat. All right. Now I'm going to be pretty quiet while working out today. It's hard to keep my breath and talk through all of this. So I might just be guiding us here during our rest periods. So we got 10 seconds and then we're getting into step back lunges. All right, hope we're feeling good out there. Next up, we got some calf raises. All right, let's get on them tippy toes. All right, we got another set of squats, then a set of lunges, and then we have a minute break. So I like kind of keeping the bar resting on my back here. You can set it down though and put it back on between sets, whatever works on your end. 10 seconds though. Let's get ready. All right, let's work. All right, one more set, and then we got a short break. Stay loose. Got 10 more seconds. And then we're in step back lunges. All right, let's go. All right, here we are into our first break. You can grab some water. Let me towel off a bit. All right, so got another 35 seconds here to make this a full minute. I'm gonna use my trusty pool noodle here as my cushion on my bar here, just to kind of demo that. This is really the way to go in my opinion. And we're gonna get in position here for another couple sets of squats, another full circuit here. All right, let's press up and let's work here. 35 seconds of squats. Ten more seconds. All right, short break. And then we're under those killer lunges. Feet a little closer together. All right, lunging. All right, another little break period. Whew. All right, we're gonna get in position for our calf raises. I'm feeling it. I hope you are too. Let's raise it up with some calf raises on those tippy toes. All right, 2 more sets and then we're done with this circuit, and we'll be moving on to some leg extensions, leg curls. I've got a good sweat going. I'm breathing hard. I think, you know, at the end of this video, comment below, let me know, is this right for you? Is this too hard, too easy? And let's do another set of squats here. 10 more seconds. So our final set of squats. You got this. All right. One more set of step back lunges. And then we got our break time. This one's going to be 2 minutes where we put our seat back on and get prepared for leg extensions. Let's finish this out strong though. Step back lunges. Almost there. All right, you can take the squat bar off the cables now. Grab a drink. We got a nice little 2-minute rest in here. Now you probably can't see it on camera, but I am sweating really hard. Got a whole bunch of sweat down on the machine. This is not an easy routine, so if you're struggling, that's okay. I want you to keep working, even if that means dropping the weight as you're progressing through this. That's okay. It's all about finishing. And don't kill yourself. You want to be able to walk the next day. So let's go ahead and start talking about our next couple exercises. So I got my seat back on here, my leg extension, and now I need to clip in my weights directly onto this tool. So you can't really see it too well down there, but I'm just bringing it over here and I'm clipping the weight directly onto my leg curl attachment. And so for my first lift, I'm going to be doing just a leg extension. So for this, you're just going to be sitting here, sitting down. Feels pretty nice right now. And then we're going to be extending our legs out. And I've got the exact same weight setting on that I had for squats and lunges. So do this first set with me. And if you need to adjust the weight after a couple of reps, go ahead and stop, adjust the weight, and then come back to me. We're going to be doing a total of 4 sets of leg extension here. And I like to kick up real fast and then slowly drop the weight back down. All right, 25 seconds of rest just like before. We're gonna do another set of leg extension. And then after that, we're gonna do a small adjustment. And we're gonna do 2 sets of leg curls. Come back, leg extension, leg curls, and then we can call it. So more leg extension though first. Here we go. And you can hold on to the seat underneath you if you want, or whatever you want to do with your hands. Ten more seconds. All right, so we've got this 25 seconds here and we have a little bit more time. And with that time, we're going to adjust our weight setting and then also get in position for our leg our leg curls. So what I'm going to do, the only adjustment I'm going to make is I'm going to remove one of these cable clips here, or one of these carabiner clips. And then I'm going to keep the weight setting the same. Okay, great. So we have a minute here to get acclimated and set up for our leg curl. So for this, we drop the weight by half. And the reason for that is we're doing only one leg at a time, so it makes sense to drop the weight there. So for this, in terms of my position, I like having my knee rest below this foam roller here, and then that's going to put the back foam roller a little bit above my ankle. And then I lean forward here, and I put both hands on the seat here, and then I even put my head against the backrest here, and then I can curl just like this, and I feel a nice squeeze in my glutes and my hamstrings in this curl. So we're going to be doing 25 seconds on each leg here. All right, so now all we have to do is switch to our other side here, and you don't need to re-rack your cable or anything like that. Either side that you did it will work just fine. So let's get in position. This one here starts in 10 seconds. So now I'm on my other leg, leaning forward here, and I'm going to get curling. All right, let's go team. We got to finish out strong. You got this, and then 4 more sets, and then you're calling it a day. You're 75% done. Nice. All right, so now we just need to run our carabiner, clip it back on, and we're going to have a little bit more time again here to get in position. And so I've got my both sides racked up again, and we're going to be sitting back down here into another leg extension. So we've got another minute of rest here before we get into our final 4 sets. Whew, this is a tough routine for me. Now, I have been doing, upper body stuff for resistance training like for 15 years or something like that. And for legs, I used to do that about 10 years ago. I haven't really been doing much leg stuff. I always kind of thought it is, I run a lot, I do spin bike a lot. I don't need to do resistance training on my legs, and I was just wrong. And it's taken me a while to build up. And, so if you're in that spot, stick with it. We're going to get there together. And so we got another set here starting up in 10 seconds. We're in our 4th quarter here. Let's finish the game out strong. All right, quick breather here. We got one more set of leg extension. Final one. All right, team, let's go. Yeah, 15 more seconds. Come on. All right, now we just got to pop off one of these carabiner clips, and then we're going into our final 2 sets of leg curl, and we can call this a day. We've got a little bit more time here. Yeah, we got another minute. So today's routine, this is going to be leg day number 1. I do plan to add another leg day here for this machine pretty soon after filming this one. And it has taken me a while to come up with these leg routines if you've been with the channel for a while. And that's because, like I said, it took me a while to build up to doing a routine like this. So, you know, be good to yourself and have patience as if you're in the same boat as me in getting there. So, all right, 5 more seconds, and we're doing our leg curl. Here we go. All right, final set coming up, last set of the day here. We're going to finish strong together. All right, you have just completed leg day number 1 for the Bowflex Xceed, XTREME, and PR3000. Before we call it a day, we just need to rack up our resistance, remove your power rods from resistance. And I always like wrapping mine up with a bungee cord here. Keep those power rods running up, straight up and down. Keep them strong, just like you. So if you made it through the video, please comment below. Tell me what you thought of the leg day. Also, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And as always, be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.